everybody and welcome back. My name is Curseof and welcome back to another video. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have more Speed Duel product. This is great. Konami has been giving us 2 sets in the future announced, essentially. We always have one set coming up right after the other one, usually a tournament pack, and before we get to the next upcoming set, they announce the one after that. This has been going great. Shout out to Konami. We're actually getting Speed Duel announcements and product. It's pretty hype. And what we have here is the Shadow Riders box, quotation marks. It's basically another GX box here. It is a full box like the Duel Academy box, and it is based heavily around the Shadow Riders from GX. So just jumping into what we actually have revealed here first, essentially we know that obviously the Shadow Riders are coming. We have the Sacred Beasts revealed. So this will probably have the 3 Sacred Beasts be like always secret rares, similar to how the 3 Egyptian gods were the always secret rares back in the Battle City box. That's my assumption, at least. Once again, 8 players, blah 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 blah. Same thing as all the other ones. We do have a little peek at the roster here, and the very first thing we have is the Supreme King Jaden with the Evil Heroes. The Evil Heroes we're probably going to get at the start, so in this box, aren't going to be anything crazy. Now obviously Konami can bolster their strategy with a good skill, fingers crossed, because last time they did not give heroes a very good skill. But with the right skill, obviously, we can get a pretty strong Evil Hero deck here, so we can only hope. Maybe we'll get a Dusted Gold Smile Copium, hopefully. I don't know. But obviously Dark Fusion to pair with the Evil Hero. So Dark Fusion is our first actual reveal here. Next thing we have is Titan. This is the Shadow Rider that played the Archfiend cards, specifically the chess ones. So we'll have like Death's Rook, Terror King, Infernal Queen, maybe, I think that's the name. Essentially they all have the, if they're targeted by card effect, you roll a die and potentially negate, and you pay a cost of like 500 or 800 or whatever when you enter your standby phase. Solid to pair with a Twisted Personality deck. You can potentially negate Parasite. It is a potential because you got to roll a die, but like it's not horrible, but also isn't great. But we could see some potential usage for the Archfiends, especially if they get a really good skill and if they give us some really cool, interesting Archfiends, which I'll go in a bit more detail in later in the video. The next character we got revealed here is Amnael, also known as Professor Banner, also from GX, and this is the 7th Shadow Rider. We know that Golden Homunculus is also revealed. It's a tribute monster that gains attack for every banished card. It's pretty garbage. But the big thing here is banish your cards from the duel to enhance attack power of your boss monster. Essentially, it's going to be a banish strategy, and if you actually know, Professor Banner played the Helios cards, which work with and essentially are from the archetype that Macro Cosmos is from. So there's a very, very solid chance we could see Macro Cosmos come to Speed Duels here, which would be absolutely insane. Now obviously these characters being revealed is very, very cool. It's very, very exciting, but that isn't actually the big thing about this reveal. The big thing here is that the Duel Links rule has been broken. What do I mean by the Duel Links rule? Essentially, going through all of Speed Duel's history, the only cards and characters with skills that have been added are characters that are already featured in Duel Links. But with the announcement of this box, we have characters like Titan and Amnael, which are not Duel Links characters. They have not been revealed in Duel Links, which means Speed Duels can get characters that are not from Duel Links. This gives us the ability to enter the entire Yu-Gi-Oh character roster and see some really, really cool boxes with some really, really cool characters. Maybe Solomon Moto, maybe cards from that Waking the Dragon arc like Raphael, or cool characters like that. This is super exciting, and I think this is honestly the biggest part of this box. The fact that we have officially broken free from that rule. Going into the rest of the box here, though, essentially it just mentions try your hand at assembling Donzaluke's Dark Scorpions if you already have picked up Battle City box and GX box. So it seems like Donzaluke, which is another Shadow Rider, won't be a skill, won't be a character in the actual set, but you're gonna get the remainder of the Dark Scorpions in the set, and honestly they're all pretty garbage. But with that mentioned, let's go ahead and jump into the full list of cards that are essentially confirmed or semi-confirmed for this box. So going into the cards that we have here is Golden Homunculus, which I already said is garbage, 300 attack and defense for all your banished monsters. It costs a tribute, it's not that great. Raphael, Uriah, and Haman are all revealed here. Uriah's actually not bad, with the whole Nightmare Wheel, Zoma being some very, very strong prevalent cards. We don't see a ban list. Uriah could possibly see some play here. Raphael is the one that targets... Raphael is the one that pairs with Fiends here. Isn't anything crazy, but it's cool. And Haman probably won't see too much play in general, but they are really, really cool cards. Even if they're not great, cool to see them. Then we have all the Dark Scorpions. They're honestly all pretty bad. They have very low stats and they don't do much. And then we have Dark Fusion, which is just used to fusion summon our evil hero monsters. This is what's confirmed, but going into some things that aren't necessarily confirmed, but could be very, very powerful if we did get them. If we can get some very strong Archfiend cards like Archfiend Emperor or Archfiend Cavalry, and not necessarily just the Deathrook, the Infernal Queen, the etc, etc, Dark Bishop, all the chess ones, we can get some very, very strong cards going on here in a very, very strong potential Archfiend deck, especially with some of the already pre-existing support we have with like Into the Darkness potentially. Continuing along from there, this is a Shadow Rider set. We've already been shown that we can get characters that are not from Duel Links. With that in mind, we have a bunch of potential archetypes that are either going to be new or get support in this set. First off is obviously Sacred Beast, which we know we're getting. We might get some cool support cards for Sacred Beast. We have Dark Scorpion, which we know is coming. We have Red Eyes, as a Shadow Rider did play Red Eyes, so we could see Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, or maybe Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon coming at our speed duels. That would be nuts. Some Red Eye support would be insane. We have Vampire, Amazonas. There's one that's kind of based on like ancient Egypt and like a pharaoh and stuff like that, and he played these cards that don't exist in the trading card game, or they're anime only, so maybe Gravekeepers, I don't know. If we get some good Archfiend cards, we have Banish strategies, maybe we'll see a Macrocosmos, a DeFi, stuff like that. We have evil heroes coming, and maybe Yubel, if they're doing Supreme King Jaden and the evil heroes, we could see maybe Yubel come in, the Terror Incarnates, potentially some Yubel support here. So lots of possibilities for this set. Personally, I'm most excited for Red Eyes and Vampires to come in. Really, really like zombies, so it could be pretty cool. But what hinges on the success of this set and of the archetypes coming in more than anything else is, are we going to get good skills this time? In the Duel Academy box, Konami really did butcher the skills. Essentially, none of the skills that got revealed or released in the Duel Academy box are actually played, except for Room for Growth in the Raging Cat deck. Besides that, none of them are touched. Some people play Transcendence and Crystal Beast, but that's arguably not the best skill for it. The skills are horrible. Konami was way too scared to give us something broken like Cocoon, so instead they gave us essentially garbage. So hopefully this time we can fix it. Hopefully we can fix it in midterms, and then we can just continue to keep it fixed when the Shadow Rider box comes out. But for now, Speed Duel product is coming. We have Tournament Pack 4, we have midterm, and we have Shadow Riders. Lots of cool stuff on the way. Get excited, get into the game, get your game on. That's a wrap, guys. I'll catch y'all later for another video. Peace.